Hey, today we're going to be planting some beautiful dahlia tubers, but I also need to deal with something that's been going on in the greenhouse. I've been in denial. There's a problem. I need to do something about it. So today I'm going to be cleaning out the greenhouse. I'm going to be planting some dahlia tubers, and I hope you stick around and hang out with me in the yard today. So I have been in denial, you guys. I have aphids. I have aphids in the greenhouse. It's bad. You know, yesterday was the first really, really warm day, and I think that they just exploded in quantity. So my plan today is to get the greenhouse all kind of cleaned up of some of the aphid activity, and then of course to get some of these dahlias planted. So I'm not sure how the greenhouse got such a bad problem with aphids, but yesterday I was out gardening and I noticed all of a sudden that on some of my seedlings, so I've been putting my seedlings out in the greenhouse. And so like, if it was just on some of the plants, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But because I'm putting my seedlings out there, I'm like freaked out about this aphid thing, you guys. I'm like freaking out, but it's gonna be fine. So my plan today is I'm gonna take all of the plants that I see any activity on, and just most of the big plants in general, and I'm gonna hose them all off. I'm just gonna spray them down, and then I'm gonna apply some neem oil spray just as hopefully a preventative, and then just let them be outdoors today and get a little bit of sun and air, expose them to any like beneficial, you know, bugs, and hopefully I can get a hold of this problem before it gets too bad. I also have a bunch of my seedlings out and hardening off here in a nice, you know, kind of a shady spot. I put them out pretty early this morning so they could get some like actual chill, some cold, because I'm planning on getting them planted out really soon. So I'm just gonna flip the camera around. I'll show you what I'm talking about, and then I'm gonna move all the plants outside, get them all sprayed, and then we're gonna be planting some gorgeous dahlia tubers. So I will show you the dahlias I've got. I bought some new ones this year, and how I start to get them pre-sprouted. So these are the plants I'm going to be taking out today, at least some of these. I'm looking for, you know, ones that are really bad. So one thing I have noticed is on the fuchsia, it's pretty bad. And one thing you can look for is like this, it almost looks like a sticky sap on here. And unfortunately, that is bad news. And then of course you can see the little white, I mean, they're just like tiny little white flecks, you guys. Let me see, let me find a bigger outbreak here. See that? Ugh, I'm dead. It's so bad on this one. So, and again, this is right next to my orange tree. So I'm just going to like take everything out in this area. I think this also has it. It's a lot harder to see because it's the sedum. I think I'm going to try to get that out of here and spray down definitely the fuchsias. And maybe I don't see it as much on the geraniums. So I think I might be okay. But on the Cresspedia seedlings is where I noticed it last night. And look at this guy. So it's not good. I sprayed them last night with neem oil. But if I'm going to have all these seedlings here and I've got all this stuff down here with aphids, it's just not good. It's really, really not good. So I got to get going on this, you guys. Wish me luck. All right, well, I might have to do this in phases. I'm sorry about my shadow here. Let's see if I can make this a little better. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do this in phases because this isn't everything that was on the ground, but it's what I noticed was the worst. So I'm gonna grab the hose and just spray everything down, and again, let these get some sunshine today. And I might even move some of the fuchsias over to my covered patio area because honestly, we're not going to get any freezing nights, and the patio is a lot warmer than, you know, the other areas, and maybe just get them out of the greenhouse completely for the season because I feel like it's warming up, and that's probably why I'm getting this explosion of these right now, which is such a bummer, but I'm gonna go ahead and take care of it. My other plan is to get in here and clean a little bit. It's pretty bad. It's like, you know, it's stuff. It definitely could use a quick like shop vac situation. So I'm gonna try to get in here and kind of clean and sterilize things the best that I can. All right, well, it's starting to feel a little cleaner in here, and I've got all the plants kind of drying. So while that is happening, let's go ahead and look at some of the dahlia tubers I bought this year. Now, last season, I overwintered a bunch of dahlias. So I have about 2 grocery bags, paper grocery bags filled with dahlias that I dug up and divided. I have different videos on that. So those are not the ones I'm going to be planting up today or potting up today. I'm going to be pre-sprouting ones that are new to me this year that I bought at just my local hardware stores and garden centers. So the first one that I have today, this is a dahlia. It says Touch of Magic, and I'm not sure the brand. I think it's Garden Doubles is maybe the brand, but this one was really pretty. I was really interested in getting more of these kind of ball-shaped dahlias in my garden this year, and I thought this mix was really beautiful. So also the tubers themselves look great and healthy, so I'm excited to get these planted up. All right, so next up I have another ball flowering dahlia. Now this one is really, really pretty. I love this. I did notice a little bit of mildew in this bag, so I'm really bummed about that. I want to get this out of here, remove that, and hopefully the tuber is still viable. So another reason I'm doing this today, I mean, is it's time, right? It's time to kind of get these going, or at least this is what I did last year. And then by the time I planted out my dahlias in my garden beds, I had big, bigger, more robust plants that were able to just take off and thrive. So I do think pre-sprouting is the way to go. Anyway, I'm excited for this one. Next up we have an astilbe, and I love astilbe. They make a great perennial in my area, and they are really pretty cut flower and they dry nicely. So when I saw this one, I thought, well, what the heck, I'll try it. It was from that same brand. This says Get Into Gardening, and so I'm excited to try this one. I can't see the tuber here. It's a green bag. The other one was clear from what it looks like. This is the same brand. But anyway, I'm excited to give this one a try. And then next up, I'm trying the Blue Boy. I had a few of these last year and I really liked them. So when I saw them again, I thought I would give them a try. Another reason it's time to get these going is these are already starting to show some green in there. So that's definitely a cue that these are ready to go. They need to be potted up ASAP. So I'm excited to try this one. You guys will have to apologize for my dogs. They're barking at a squirrel out there, so I apologize. These ones are a dahlia pom-pom mixed, so maybe that's the name of the little round shape. Is that the name I'm looking for, a pom-pom? But anyway, I love the shape of these, and it looks like you could get a variety of different colors, so it's exciting to see like what color are you gonna get. Couple more. This one is the Wizard of Oz. I also tried this one last year, and it didn't do well. It was one of the ones that I didn't get it. Like I lost it. So I'm going to try it again. I love the shape of this, and the color, of course, it's really gorgeous. And then the last one is Capraz Peraz. So it's a really pretty color. I like the shape of it. Of course, they always get you with this photography. I mean, are these photographs not just gorgeous? I mean, talk about like beauty marketing right here. But these tubers themselves look super, super healthy. So let me go ahead, I'll open this one up and kind of show you what a tuber looks like. If you're not familiar with how to plant them or the anatomy of a tuber, I'll go over that quickly for you too. So your tuber needs kind of 3 things to thrive. It needs these parts here to be nice and firm. It needs to have a neck, which is basically where last year's growth was, and then it needs to have an eye or a growth point. So this one here I can tell is going to be really good. All the tubers here are nice and firm. Now, if you do come across one, like I said, that has mold or mildew, you would want to remove that tuber or any of that diseased material. But I can already tell that this one is a good looking, tuber. And you can see there's lots of eyes there at the top. So this is how you would kind of plant it. You can plant it on its side. You can also plant it, with the tubers pointing down. So let's look at this one for a minute. So like that, you could plant it that way, and put this on the top. So just kind of look for where last year's cut was on some of these ones you buy commercially, and then just put the tubers down in. I just do them in gallon pots with regular potting mix, and then I just leave them in my greenhouse for a few weeks until they start sprouting. And then once they start sprouting, you can just get them into your garden beds, assuming it's past your last hard frost date. You could even cover them with some little greenhouses or hedgerows. I'll be trying some of that this spring, probably not on my dahlias, but on some of my other seedlings. I'm just going to get my gallon pots going, as many as I have. I'm not sure. This project does take a lot of dirt. That's the one thing, because you want to be able to cover those big tubers. So we'll see how far I get today with the amount of dirt that I have left. I might have to go to the store, and that might end my project for today. So we'll see. But I want to try to get as many of these planted as possible. Also wouldn't have to do this, right? You could totally just wait on these tubers, get them in the ground, and plant them up that way. You don't have to pre-sprout them. It is a little bit of extra work, but when I'm noticing ones that are sprouting or have that disease or mildew, those are the ones I want to get in the pre-sprouting process first, right away. The other ones, you could wait. You could wait a little bit until further in the spring. Right now, I'm almost to the end of my last frost date, so it's a good time to get them going. But again, you would not have to do this process. You could totally just stick them in the ground. All right, so for these, I'm just going to fill up my pot about halfway, and then, or a quarter of the way. And then I'm just going to lay the tuber in and then put one scoop basically on top. I brought in a little spider friend with me. Dude, you need to go elsewhere, honey. Oh. Dude, go. Okay, go that way. Okay, so basically I want to put about a third of the pot filled with soil, and then I'm just going to nestle those down in and then put another scoop over the top, just like that. Just kind of tamp this in, and it's okay if the if last year's kind of growth points are showing a little bit or kind of up above the soil. That's totally fine. So I just kind of drop it like that, and that's good enough to get this going. So this is even something you could do if you had a garage that's pretty warm or something like that. You could, do this process, put them in the garage, and then you could just put them in the garage, and then, if your garage is warm enough, you can even pre-sprout them that way. Or if you had a shed or something like that, or you could just, again, if it's warm enough in your area, you can just do this process outdoors too. So that was it for that variety. Now I do want to label those as well before I forget what it was. So this is the one I was just working with. So those three that I did, I want to make a label for those really fast. Or those two, I should say. So this one is the Dahlia. So I also keep this tag in my gardening journal, which I've done a video about before. It's just a binder where I like to keep things like this so I can try to remember the names of things. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that tag. All right, so next I want to look for those ones that either had some fungus issues or were already developing. That one looks like it could be. And I want to get to those first. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and open this one because this is the one, yeah, this is the one I saw the fungus on, which actually came from a different store. So that's unfortunate that, you know, yeah, so that is pretty bad. Look at that. So I could see if I can try to save it, but it does not smell good either. It smells bad. So yeah, this one is totally not viable. I'm not even gonna chance it or try it. It's totally squishy. So, oh, that's such a bummer. Now let's look at the other one in here. Is there another one? And if so, is it in the same shape? Now, oh, this one I do see a growth point. And then ones like this, like that's just, like that doesn't have the neck and the eye, so that will not develop. These ones here are garbage. This is all garbage. This one I might be able to save, but again, a lot of this is no good. So let me see if I can trim this one enough. Yeah, it literally has one viable bulb here. So I'll try it. I'm gonna put it in a much smaller pot, and then the rest of this, wasted money. Dang it, that's a bummer. So this one I'm just gonna put in a little 5-incher, and we'll see what happens. Right, so this was the other one that I saw that had a growth spot going. Yeah, this one. So this is the other one I wanted to, now I'm gonna try to get to all of them today, but if I don't, I at least wanna get to these, like, you know, kind of prioritize what I'm doing here. So let's take a look at this guy. Now, sometimes I save this medium that they come in, and actually, but I haven't used it too much. This year, I wrapped all my dahlias that I dug. There's a couple broken tubers here I'm gonna remove. I just wrapped them all in cling wrap, and I checked them the other day, and they look pretty good. I don't see any problems developing, and they're not doing any growing like this yet. Yeah, that's a healthy looking tuber right there. So I'm excited for this guy. So let's go ahead and get him potted up. But yeah, so all of the ones I dug are looking good right now in the garage. I dug and are storing in my garage right now in bags are looking good. I have been checking on them. I want to take a look at is this astilbe, because it is in a closed bag. I don't know how it's looking, so I just want to get in here and look. Oop, yep, and I'm seeing some growth. Now this one's really different. I mean, it's not a dahlia, which is what all the rest are, but look at how it looks. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? So I'm glad I opened it up. Let's go ahead and get it planted. So I would say, you know, word to the wise, if you buy things in bags like this from the big box stores or whatever, I would say buy them when you're ready to plant them. So like, make sure that you are kind of set up to either put them outside or pre-sprout them like I'm doing, and don't leave them in those bags too long. I think that can be, you know, that can be problematic. So there was just one in there. That can be really problematic. So I would say that would be my advice for this. I'm gonna keep going. Let's open this one up. Now this one has two different styles in here. So I'm wondering if I'm gonna be able to tell the difference in the look of the tubers. So it'll be interesting to see this one here. Feels pretty damp. No, this pack up was a little bit more expensive. And I know they do blends like this at like Costco and stuff. I just haven't gotten to Costco this season, unfortunately. I wish I could go to Costco soon, but. So these ones, I'm kind of looking for the neck here. I'm feeling a lot of tubers. This one is totally squishy, so I'm gonna remove that. Yeah, a couple of these are squishy. So that's disappointing. Okay, so that's not good. So I removed all there's the neck. It almost like had too much potting medium around it and it was too wet in here. but I still feel a couple tubers that are viable, I think. Yeah, but the necks of most of these are busted. This one is squishy and busted. Man, I think I got another dud, you guys. That's totally squishy in there. Man, and I paid out quite a bit for this one. And I'm not having high hopes here. Let me see what else is in here. This is an instance where I might take this back to the store. I mean, I think I paid like $13 for this. And this is not, that's not usable. That's not usable. I mean, unless these are a different kind of tuber, I guess I could plant them up and see what happens. This first one seems okay. Some of these little ones I'm not sure about. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. That one has a little bit more of what looks like it could be a neck. Maybe that one. Be okay. So I got about half, because I don't think this ball here is, I don't think it's any good. I could try, but all of the necks are squishy and broken. So again, it doesn't have the three things it needs. Now some of these little side ones, I'm wondering if this is a different kind. So like, see how they kind of have a point to them? These are all squishy. All right, so again, about half this bag, just, I'm not even gonna bother. It's garbage. Bummer. So I think I got one viable tuber here, so I'm gonna get this one in. And then I think some of these smaller ones, I'm just gonna put all these smaller ones in a different, maybe some 4-inch pot. And then this is my last one, I think, unless I dropped one. Did I drop one? Oh, my second to the last one. Pom-pom mixed. So let's take a look at these. Oh, these look great. Well, kind of. Yeah, actually, yeah, these look pretty good. Let's take a look here. 1, 2. At least they're dry and not squishy. Some of the necks might be broken. And I've got 4 tubers in here. So that's pretty good. And yeah, these look pretty good. Some of the necks are a little crispy, and like this one might be on the opposite side of being a little bit, some of these necks are broken. So I'm gonna just remove some of these. These might be almost on the dry side, but I'd rather have them dry than all squishy like that. So I'm gonna just remove any that are broken necks. You can remove some of these old roots too and just clean them up. So that one looks great. This one, again, some of these aren't attached anymore. Most of these aren't attached. There's one good tuber here. Oops. So there's one. So this one's a little bit more desiccated, so you can kind of see what it looks like when it gets not enough moisture. It's also not good, but par for the course here. Okay, this is a damaged neck. So is this one. To save dirt, I'm gonna, and because these are smaller, I'm gonna do like 2, maybe even try to do all 4 of them in one pot. And again, they're not gonna stay in here very long. Yeah, that'll be perfect. And then I can conserve some space and some dirt. That was the pom-pom mix. All right, and then the last one I have today is this Wizard of Oz. And I tried this one last year and didn't have any luck. or at least I don't think I did. So let's see what this one's looking like. Man, I'm not having the best luck here today with these. I have to say I'm a little bummed out. So tell me in the comments, have you bought any tubers this year and how did they look and where did you get them? And have you been happy with, you know, if you've already started something like this, have you been happy with the performance of them or not? Let me know. All of these are broken. All of them are broken, except this guy here. That's literally the only one that's intact right there. We'll see. It'll be an experiment. See the other one. Okay, this one looks better. I'm actually excited to open up the ones that I preserved because I did a lot of this cleanup already and it'll go a lot faster because I'm the one that dug them and processed them. This tuber looks great. So I'm gonna put those in the same pot. So be sure to stick around for the video where I actually plant up some of the ones I dug up and preserved because it'll be interesting to see the difference in quality and, you know, see how my preservation method worked or didn't work, but I think it's going to work fine. Perfect. So yeah, be sure to stick around to the channel to see that. All right, so this one is Wizard of Oz. The Wiz. Remember the Wiz? Oh, it was so good. I love the Wizard of Oz. Some people think it's creepy, but I always liked it. Although I'm an Alice in Wonderland girl. That's my favorite. All right, so here's what I ended up with, actually in the space that I just cleaned out. Wizard of Oz, pom-pom mix. So here they are, and there's the Astilbe. So that's what I got out of all those bags. 2, 4, 6, 7 plants out of all those bags. Plus I got 3 that were just so small and I wasn't sure about that I just planted up in 4-inch pots too. So I guess I have those. But that was, you know, a pretty big bag of dahlia tubers to only get that many. But that's all I'm going to be buying this year. You know, girls got to stick with the budget. So hopefully these will be viable. I guess I will find out shortly. It won't take them long to start pre-sprouting. And then, yeah, I'll keep you posted on how they develop. Friends, well, that's going to be it for my, hopefully, solution to my aphid problem here in the greenhouse. That's going to be it for my potting up and pre-sprouting of my dahlia tubers. I hope that you like checking out the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you here, part of our community. And if you like to garden or do what I call yarden, you should definitely come hang out here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.